Satoru Gojo's character is undoubtedly one of the strongest, if not the strongest character in Jujutsu Kaisen as of now. However, for many fans of the franchise, his powers seem to be notoriously complex, hence many have a hard time understanding what he's all about. Behind that cheerful, childlike personality lies a capable, cold and calculating Jujutsu sorcerer the most special grade curses refuse to even face off in a battle with. Gojo's abilities are so complex that without a strong familiarity of the concepts available within the series, it would be impossible for one to truly understand what he's all about. So today, let's take a closer look into all of that. But before we get into it, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon so that you won't miss out on our future uploads. Without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Oh, and one more warning before we start. This video will contain a considerable number of spoilers from the manga. Now, don't say I didn't warn you. It was clear from the get-go that Satoru Gojo was destined to be an overpowered human being from the moment he was born. While the Six Eyes is an innate technique that's inherited through the Gojo family through blood, what set Gojo apart from the rest of the family was the fact that he had both the Six Eyes and the Limitless curse technique. It was the only one case in 100 years through the history of the Gojo lineage to have been blessed by both powers. When it comes to Gojo's Six Eyes, there's a lot of secrecy surrounding its potential even to this day. However, it showcased the ability to read cursed energy, read cursed techniques, and even the ability to see the world in terms of mass, speed, energy, and many other aspects along with its other effects. Another positive from owning the Six Eyes is the fact that it had given him an incomprehensible amount of precision. He uses this monstrous precision in order to use the Limitless curse technique to an atomic level. However, as rare as the ability seems to be, the Limitless curse technique seems to be another thing that's inherited through the blood of Gojo, almost like DNA that skips generations at times. However, it's said that only someone with Six Eyes can truly master the Limitless curse technique. Through the use of this technique, Satoru Gojo manages to bring the concept of infinity into reality. This meant that Satoru gained the ability to distort and manipulate space. Throughout the show, we see Gojo use this power in a multitude of ways, and we'll be covering each and every one of those instances today. Just to list the abilities, he has Infinity, Curse Technique Lapse Blue, Curse Technique Reversal Red, Hollow Technique Purple, and last and certainly not least, Unlimited Void. Now let's take a look at each and every one specifically. Infinity. Infinity can be considered the base form of the Limitless curse technique. This ends up working as an absolute defense of sorts, as whenever somebody tries to attack Gojo, they end up hitting the infinity between them instead. It's clear that the use of the word infinity is a clear-cut reference to one of Zeno's paradoxes, more specifically, the tale of Achilles and the tortoise. Gojo later reveals that the secret behind his technique is the convergence of an infinite series. Because of this, things that reach for him slow down and never manage to reach him. This is a direct callback to the paradox, as the idea is that infinity is based around taking a certain amount of space between them and then continuing to divide it an infinite number of times. The concept itself is simple enough to grasp, but the way it's used is creative in itself. Curse Technique Lapse Blue. This technique is also known as Azure. This particular technique is a reinforced version of the neutral Limitless power. Gojo activates Curse Technique Lapse Blue by amplifying the Limitless and negative energy and in turn producing a vacuum. Now through these vacuums, Gojo forces the world to try to correct itself and fill in the negative space, causing every single piece of matter within the range of the space affected to be pulled together. He once even describes his method of creating impossibilities to be the same idea as making -1 apples appear. The only reason why Gojo finds himself capable of making this happen is because he can make infinity a reality through his powers. When Gojo decides to use this ability against an enemy, the pull caused by the vacuum made by the attack makes the enemy's body implode. However, by using a significant amount of curse energy, Gojo can even use his powers to guide Blue to hit fast-moving objects. This particular variation of the skill is known as Azure Glow. Curse Technique Reversal Red.
収束発散この虚空に触れたらどうなると思う術式反転赤
The concept behind this particular technique is to get your negative cursed energy and then multiplying it with more negative cursed energy to create positive cursed energy. However, the truth is that positive cursed energy is a phenomenon. It doesn't really exist. Because of this, performing a cursed technique reversal is considered to be quite an impressive achievement. It was difficult to the point where Satoru Gojo himself had a hard time grasping the workings of this particular technique, and he was considered to be a prodigy at the time. However, a fight with Doji Fushiguro that ended up pushing him to the brink of death caused him to finally master the power behind cursed technique reversal. The only other person that had a knack when it came to cursed technique reversal was Gojo's own classmate named Shoka, who ended up using it for healing purposes. However, by combining the positive energy that he gains from the reversal and then combining it with the natural power that he has through the Limitless, Gojo finds himself able to fire red from his fingertips almost in the style of a revolver. Due to the time and effort it took Gojo to master Cursed Technique Reversal Red, one can already imagine how much more effort it took for him to master Red Glow. While there isn't much data in regard to what Red Glow was capable of, it does end up taking a much terrifying form later on. Hollow Technique Purple.
挙式紫
If there was any technique that was secret amongst even the Gojo family itself, this would be it. This technique is formed by combining the Cursed Technique Lapse Blue and the Reverse Cursed Technique Red, which both represent negative energy and positive energy respectively. By causing the two to combine and cause a singularity, Gojo manages to distort time and space itself to an atomic level, causing everything on the blast path to be deleted and erased almost instantaneously. This is one technique that has the capability to cancel anything and everything that it comes across, and quite possibly one of the most dangerous in Satoru Gojo's arsenal. The singular forms of Cursed Technique Lapse Blue and Reverse Cursed Technique Red alone have a significant amount of destructive power. However, the combined power of the two and the power that ensues manages to delete whatever's in its path. In layman's terms, it's a one-hit knockout. Gojo had his own weaknesses in the past. However, after his sparring fight with Doji, he worked on each and every one of them in order to quell them and become strong on his own accord. One such weakness was the fact that Gojo had to activate Limitless manually. However, vigorous training caused the infinity around Gojo to identify the mass, speed, and shape of objects in order to distinguish a threat from non-harmful contact. He managed to make it so that certain matter was able to pass through. This training caused Gojo to be able to keep Infinity on 24/7 while losing the bare minimum when it came to his innate curse power. It was once revealed that using Limitless constantly managed to fry Gojo's brain temporarily. Now, he counteracts that by constantly using the restorative properties of reverse curse energy to keep himself sane. Unlimited Void.
領域展開 無料空所
Like every other domain expansion in the anime, Gojo Satoru's domain expansion is also an environment that's crafted through cursed energy and then manifested through a unique cursed technique. Gojo's domain expansion has him bringing his enemies into the Limitless. Then he proceeds to insert an endless stream of information into the mind of the enemy, eventually overloading their brain. This deed causes anybody within the void to fall into a catatonic state. However, the fearsome part of all of this is the fact that you're still completely conscious within said space, with the person who's caught being able to see everything and hear everything without being able to move, speak, or do anything of the sort. Gojo Satoru brings an interesting dynamic into the world of Jujutsu Kaisen as a sorcerer with enough power to end Jujutsu society and even humanity as a whole if he felt like it. He even confessed that he has enough strength to overpower Sukuna if it comes to it. This is all without even considering the masterful hand-to-hand combat abilities that he's showcased in the series, as well as his tact and reflexes. It's no wonder that Gojo is one of the, if not the most liked character within the Jujutsu Kaisen series. We can only wait and see what the future has in store for Gojo. With that, this video comes to an end. Did we miss any important power that Gojo Satoru wields? Let us know in the comment section down below. And before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.